when customers see value in your products, they stick around. Now, on the surface, this might look like an obvious statement, but what isn't always obvious is how can you make your customers see the value in your products? Well, building a fantastic product with a great user experience is obviously kind of the first place to start. But the secret sauce, the chemical X, the radioactive spider, is having a good customer education strategy in place. But customer education starts before the customers even know about the existence of your products, and it continues way after they have mastered them. And in this journey, they come in contact with the different touch points like your marketing material, your support staff, or your product documentation, and so on. Therefore, it is crucial to communicate value early, often, and at every single touch point or channels between your customer and your products. And you can do this by making sure that the right people at the right channels are empowered with the right kind of information to help communicate the value of your products to your customers. And even though it might not be super obvious, good documentation lies at the heart of your customer education strategy. For instance, documenting and sharing great marketing material drives customer awareness towards your products even before they know they need it. Or publishing a great self-service help center or a documentation hub enables your customers to onboard quickly and reliably on their own. Or by creating an internal knowledge base, you enable your support teams to address your customers' concerns efficiently and accurately, thereby building customers' trust. Therefore, at every single touch point, people need to be educated and aligned on your product and its capabilities. But beyond these customer touch points, there are also the broader team that works on the product and has the knowledge and the information that they need and the expertise to drive your customer education strategy. And imagine the value you can bring onto the table if everyone on the team, the developers, the designers, the customer education, the customer support representatives and product managers, they all come together and collaboratively create and build the necessary knowledge that can then be shared with your customers through the different touch points. And in order to enable this, you need a solution that can integrate knowledge from all the sites and is both customer-facing and internally available. And this is where Scroll comes in. My name is Dash. I lead product strategy at K15T, and today I'm going to show you how you can unleash the potential of your products through collaborative product documentation with Confluence and Scroll. Now, Scroll is a documentation solution built for Confluence. It comprises of a collection of apps that enable you to augment the core functionality of Confluence to provide advanced documentation management and publishing functionality. Where Confluence forms the bedrock of the solution by providing content creation, organization, collaboration functionality out of the box, Scroll enables you to share the documentation by publishing it to a public help center, PDF or Word files, all while providing advanced documentation management functionality like version management, variant management, or language management. In short, Confluence powers your team, and Scroll powers your documentation. And together, they enable you to create a flexible, extensible documentation solution to empower your team and support your customer education strategy. Let's look at an example. Now, Good Software is a fictitious company that develops a bunch of great apps. And in this demo, the next section, we're going to see how we can use Scroll solution to help them publish their documentation to an online help center. Now, the Good Software team practically runs their company on Confluence and has already done a great job at creating the documentation in Confluence. They have worked collaboratively to put together things like user guides, troubleshooting articles, and release notes for their products already within their team. And with Scroll, they're able to take the documentation that they have written in Confluence and turn it into this. So they can publish it to a fully customizable help center or knowledge base in a matter of minutes. Yes, it absolutely takes 5 minutes. We have tried it. With Scroll, they're able to easily create and customize a landing page for their product documentation to highlight the right information that is most relevant to their customers. Here you can see how the documentation structure that you define within Confluence is respected and how the formatting of the content is optimized to make it easy for your customers to navigate through the content. Now, good software develops on-premise applications, which means at a given point in time, they need to make sure and make available multiple versions of their documentation online simultaneously. And with Scroll apps, they are able to create, manage, and publish multiple versions of their documentation to the Help Center. Now, please note that Scroll also works equally well if you are developing a SaaS product and you only need to publish the most recent version of your documentation online. Next, good software supports multiple tiers of their applications, like basic, standard, platinum, and enterprise. And based on these tiers, the customers may or may not have access to certain functionality within the apps. Now, good software team needs to make sure that their documentation is clear enough and caters to the needs of their different customer base without having to duplicate the content and managing everything in a single place. With Scroll, good software can avoid duplicating their content and define simple conditions based on labels on their content. This enables them to publish different variants of their documentation to their Help Center while maintaining a single source of truth within Confluence. Now, in addition to that, the good software team can create and publish multilingual documentation in Confluence and publish them to their Help Center to cater to their ever-expanding and diverse customer base. In addition to the content management functionality, Scroll also enables the good software team to easily scale their Help Center by publishing the documentation of their entire portfolio of apps to a single site. With a no-code WYSIWYG editor, the good software team is able to visually customize the look and feel of their Help Center to reflect their unique brand identity. Now, in addition to the powerful customization options, Scroll also lets good software extend the capabilities of their Help Center through various integrations. A powerful search integration provides good software team and customers the opportunity to quickly search through their content and find the information that they're looking for. Users can use advanced filters to narrow down their search results to specific products, versions, or even variants. With Scroll, the good software team is also able to integrate a Jira service management widget to their site. This enables their customers to create support tickets within the context of their articles. And Scroll also integrates with Freshdesk and Zendesk as well. Now, the good software team needs to provide dedicated Help Center for some of their enterprise customers as a part of their enterprise solution. With Scroll, they are easily able to spin up as many sites as they want and customize and set up authentication for each one of them. Now, in addition to publishing your documentation to online Help Center, Scroll also enables you to extract that information into offline formats like PDF, Word, or even HTML files. Which means, in addition to providing dedicated Help Centers for their enterprise customers, the good software team is able to deliver various offline assets like user guides, developer manuals, admin handbooks, and training materials. With Scroll, they can easily take the content and export them from Confluence into completely customizable PDF and Word files. Now, the good software team is also able to leverage the advanced content management functionality of Scroll to publish different versions, variants, and languages of their documentation while maintaining a single source of truth within Confluence. In summary, Scroll is a holistic documentation solution built for Confluence. It comprises a collection of apps that enable you to augment the core functionality of Confluence to provide advanced documentation management options like versioning, translations, conditional content, and publishing functionality like PDF, Word, HTML files, or an online Help Center or a knowledge base. Scroll supports a wide variety of use cases, like the one we have already seen. So it helps you publish both online and offline product documentation, like publishing user guides, manuals, knowledge bases, and Help Centers. It helps you publish enablement material for your sales teams or partners, like training guides or product fact sheets. And it also helps you manage project or process documentation like handbooks, product requirement documentation, proposals, and much more. Scroll is scalable, it's secure, and it's modular, which means you use and pay for the features that you want to use. So no matter if you're a team of 10 or 10,000, Scroll grows along with your team and helps bring your team closer together by enabling collaboration for creating great documentation for your products. So this was a short introduction to the Scroll solution for Confluence and how it can help you unleash the potential of your products through collaborative documentation in Confluence. To learn more about the solution and get a better idea of what Scroll can help you with, you can visit k50d.com/solutions, or you can find me or any of my colleagues walking around. So if we are walking towards you, you can look for this symbol, or if we are running away from you, you can find this. But if you don't find us in the corridors, you'll definitely find us on the show floor. Do visit our booth. So that's all from my side. If we have time for questions, we'll take a few. The floor is open for questions.
You made me walk today a lot. I think I reached my 10,000 steps.
Okay, thanks. So I saw one of your slides, conditional content. It depends. So you can set up a part of the page that it's conditional, or you can set up, okay, the parent-child and the child-on-child should be conditional.
You can do both. So you can set conditions on the page level or the article level. You can do it also on a content level. So
Thanks.
for the content level, there's a conditional content macro, so whatever you put in that, and then you add the conditions, yeah.
Thank you.
Could you speak a little bit more about when you said you can convert it to different languages? What is that feature?
Yes, so the way it works, so translations is kind of an extension app for the core content management app. And what it enables you to do is you can define the languages in which you want to translate your documentation. And then it helps you create these different instances. And you have different modes or different options to translate your content. So there's the manual method where we create the translation instance. And then if you have internal translators, they can simply go in and edit the Confluence pages for that particular instance. We are currently working on supporting XLIF. So that's sort of an industry standard for translation where you can export your content, your source language content, into an XLIF file, which then you can share it with translation agencies. They give you a translated XLIF back, you import it, and then you've got your translated content. And then we have plans of also supporting machine translation, which will help kind of ease this process. So you can use that to kind of create a first instance of your translations, and then you can sort of edit and modify it within Confluence.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay,
right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for joining, and hope you have a good evening and a great week ahead.